So here we see NQ for the 15-minute chart and the 1-minute chart. And the two things on my attention are this 15-minute Sibi low here and the 15-minute Bissi high here. Looks to me like they're building sell side with this push up where they got equal lows, relative equal low, and then another relative equal low. To me, that looks like they're going to want to drive price down into this 15-minute Bissi here and possibly down into this area is an inversion, and at that inversion we have this gap right here. That's possible. That right there is extremely possible. I would prefer to see that, but price is going to do what it's going to do. So I'm going to take the mic off, I'll mute it, and then we'll just get price doing its thing.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, so as you can see, it played out perfectly. I was really wanting this entry down here, but we didn't get it, and that's okay. That's just showing strength. More than likely going to get this one. It could still come back and take me out, but we're just going to go ahead and let it run and do its thing. If it gets it, it gets it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Right now, we are inside of that 15-minute SIBI. What I don't want to see is price close back below this. I don't want to see that. Price can trade back into it like that. It can even sweep it. I just don't want to see price close below this level here. We'll just continue letting it do its thing. Let's talk about this real quick. If you remember, I was saying I thought there was a chance we could sweep down here and then maybe head up for buy side. It's currently what we're in the process of doing. We drove down with this big down close candle. This is 1 minute chart. That could be an entry opportunity if it's going to continue up, if it does not close here below this. I don't want to see it close below this level. If it's still bullish and it's strong, like it's got strength to seek buy side, I don't want to see it close below this level. I'm perfectly okay with it wicking below, especially when it's going into a BISI like that, to a fair value gap. That's absolutely acceptable. Me personally, for my model, my rules, I would just prefer to not see this. If we do see this, to me, that could be grounds for a decent retracement that I'm just not up for. I would much prefer to just see price continue up. And I took quite a few partials a little bit early on this one. I will definitely admit that. But we'll just let it do its thing. It either is or it isn't. So where I have my take profit set at is just below the high of the SIBI. Okay, I still don't want to see price. I still do not want to see price close below here. And the reason why I don't want to see that is because this is a SIBI, okay, a 15-minute SIBI. So to me, that's a higher time frame SIBI. And we also have this last up close candle right here, which is a bearish order block, a 15-minute bearish order block. As you can see, we have traded into that. So I don't want to see. So now that we've hit that with this candle here, I really don't want to see price close below this. I would like to see it just keep respecting discount arrays and push up. This right here is a sign of strength. It was not able to reach down into this gap. That to me would have been an entry. This also would have been an entry. This is a bullish order block. The high of the last down close candle and the open of the candle here. And we blew the roof off of that here. Traded above it. I would have much preferred to see price come back down into it, but it still can. It will at some point. And that's why I'm watching this, because if it does close back down below this level here, to me that means they could literally pull it down all the way back into here. This area is untouched. And then drive it higher. I would prefer to see it just stay going up from where it's at right now, but it's going to do what it's going to do. And as a speculator, we just get to observe it. That's it. It's looking like it might want to respect this bearish order block wick here. It's coming down again. Perfectly okay with it wicking below this. That's about mean threshold of this wick right there, and it's also this level here, which is the 15-minute Sibi low. Scooch that over a little bit. This is a 15-minute high, and the reason why that was being watched is because that could have been. These are all PD arrays. This is acceptable. It's just like I said, as per my rules, I do not want to see it close below that level. Now it looks like that's what it might want to do. That will be grounds for me to get out of the trade. And maybe it's just, see that right there? That was a close below it. So to me, that's problematic. Got my finger on the trigger ready to close it. I want to mark up a couple levels here, because one of the things it has not done yet is close below the low of the last up close candle, which is this level here. So even though we've closed here, it still needs to close below this level before it's something that I'm willing to consider as it's going to reverse. We've created this gap in here now, and inside of this gap is the open for the bearish order block. Something to watch. 4 seconds. It looks like it's going to take it. Not yet. Notice it hasn't closed below this low yet. It's either going to use this to go lower, or it's going to use this to go higher. Let's see what it does. I'll go ahead and mute me so it's not sound in the background. Also, by the way, I just want to add, if it does, okay, trade above this, there's a good chance that it is going to want to come back down into this candle just to send price up higher. And yes, I will enter with a few micros on this one. If we can get down into this right here, I'll take that because that's the high of the inversion gap right there. And on this one, we do have our close above the last unclosed candle. Remember, note how that while we did get the close below this level, we did not get the close below the last up closed candle. Isn't that interesting? It wicked below it, but it did not close below it. We have closed above the last down closed candle here. And in doing so, we're creating a gap, and we have an inversion gap over here. And we have this candle that did close below this level. This candle is either going to send price lower, or this candle is going to send price higher. That's all that candle can do. And it is that candle specifically. Pops down.
Order filled.
I'll take that. Now our new entry is up here. Basically, I don't want to see any bearish movement from here. I definitely don't want to see another close below this low. And if it, well, I'm not going to put that so tight. Let's put it about right here. And if we do get a close below this low, I definitely don't want to see it go below the last up close candle. The same rules over and over and over and over and over and over and over. The rules are not ever going to change. We'll see what it does. At this point, it's either going to go higher or lower. Isn't that not always the case, though? I'm going to go ahead and mute myself before I say something stupid. So something else that could be problematic in this situation is the PV arrays are moving on the 15-minute chart, right? So if we get this close, but we haven't blown out this high, I would much prefer to just run on this candle to head up and basically get above this level here, which is the 15-minute SIBI high here. I'd like to see price get above that and then possibly come back down into that and trade higher. What I would rather not see, which is what it could do also, is it could wait for the close, which is in 6 minutes, and then trade back down into this 15-minute inefficiency to trade higher. And this inefficiency starts with this low, and it goes to here, this level, this orange level. And right inside of there is this BISI. And my stop is right at that BISI. So see how price is really not acting like it's excited to get up there? That's what's leading me to think that it could just be waiting for the next 15-minute candle. We have 5 minutes until then, so I'd like to see these next 5 minutes get aggressive.
The markets are closed.
And head up.
Order filled.
Market's closed. Either way, the logic is still there. We talked about all of this. We even watched this sweep. The issue with this sweep is that it was just going right down into this 15-minute area that we were watching anyways. We talked about this one, this gap, and how the reason why I marked out this gap specifically. Are you ready for this? This gap specifically lines up with this 15-minute inversion gap over here. Okay, it doesn't line up with it perfectly, but if you're looking at this inversion gap right here, let's make it like pink or something. If you're watching that, what on the 1-minute chart is either directly below it or in line with it? This BISI. And that's why I marked that one out. And as you can see, price has reacted from there and is heading up. Like I said, I would have felt much better about a trade entry down here, or even in this gap if we could have got it, but ultimately that is a sign of strength for it to not reach down into there. Market's closed. Trades out. Just under $200 on the day. The accounts go in the right direction, and that's all we can hope for, right? Is the account going in the right direction, and we're following our rules. More than the account going in the right direction, following our rules is always going to be superior to giving a fuck about what your account is doing. You should not give a. You don't even care about that. You care, obviously, but what you should care about more is making sure your stops are set correctly, your entries are on point, and you're taking partials at appropriate areas. All of that comes into having rules that you follow exactly. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Anyways, until next time, it is Monday morning, the 9th of September, and this was a nice, quick little PM session scalp based off of a 15-minute PD race. So, until next time, peace.